All right, so I'm tired of just waiting around and not doing this because I really wanted to show you something, but I had to show it to you right before I could really use it. And I'm tired of waiting. I want to use it. And what is that thing? That thing is what's in this envelope. And I'll show it to you as soon as I show you where I'm coming from. So currently the notebook that I've been using is this one. Now it used to look like this, but that front cover was a little bit too floppy. So I decided to finally make use of the Kodiak pancake box that I had saved, and also make use of some of the papers that I got from Hiromi, which you'll learn more about later on. And so I recovered this along with some hinging. And you can tell it's not like the most fine bookbinding job ever, but you know, it works and it is good. And I have been, this morning I was using it to take some notes on some PT exercises for my neck and things like that. So that's where I'm coming from. Perfectly good book. I enjoy the paper. I've talked about it before. It's very good. But compare this with this, okay? And this is something that I got from a company or a person that runs Zen Scribbles. They had seen my video about the codex. They thought my notebooks thing, actually they read it on papermancy.art. Anyway, wherever it is, they found me and they said, hey, I make books too. I think you might like my books. And I looked at their website and yeah, I do. And they offered to send me one. This is not a sponsored video, but I was given this book for the purposes of review, and I will be doing a more extensive review later on. This is the unboxing. Yes, I know I've already opened it, but I opened it up and then I went, wow, this is so cool. I need to do an unboxing. So I'm not going to show the address label and stuff, which is on the other side, but a nice little thing. And look at that. Comes out and it's already in some fun little wrap. And I know this is just commercial, tissue paper, but just the effect. The fact that it was, wrapped like that was pretty cool. So then you unwrap it. Look, it's like Christmas. All right, unwrap it, unwrap it. And I actually did try and unwrap it carefully because I wanted to save the paper for this video. I suppose now I could just unwrap it anyway, do ASMR for the paper. Boom, there it is. All right, now, first of all, I have to tell you this is soft. Okay, this is reclaimed leather, which is what they use, Italian leather, and it is absolutely beautiful. And what I'm not seeing is the little note that they sent telling me what was in the book. So hang on a second while I go find that. We're back. I have the book and I have the little note card. So like a nice little handwritten card. You can see the little Zen Scribbles there. And what she said said, nice connecting with you, Gray. I hope you'll enjoy this journal. It's 100% handmade. This is not AI. The pages are hand sewn and the leather is reclaimed Italian leather. I hope you'll, Italian, Halium. Halium, brought to you by Halium, when helium is not enough. Italian leather. I hope you'll like it. So, I have this nice little thing here from Zen Scribbles, and like I said, it's very, very soft. You can see the hand sewing. It has a nice little book band right up there. And we have the paper itself is pretty thick. Wow, it's actually almost like sketch paper. Right? That's the frontispiece. Obviously, I know lots about books. So the frontispiece is very thick. The ones inside are thinner. They're still, I'm going to show you in a moment, they don't actually bleed through, but they are entirely clear and white, which is great. I like to make my own lines and things like that. And this is going to become my daily carry journal. I mean, I love this thing that I made, but I mean, when you have hand sewn Italian leather from Sonali, who is the proprietor, that is really really nice. So I appreciate this. I love that there's kind of a rough deckled edge along the edge here. But it just feels very nice. It feels the way I imagine Indiana Jones's would feel. And it's not quite lay flat, but yeah, actually I think it would be. I think if I open that up like that, it's close enough to lay flat to work for me. But let's test it. And the way you test a book that you're scared to write in, because it is so, I should also show off my other new thing. I did go out and get myself a Kawaii fountain pen finally. I've been meaning to get one of these for a while, pocket. I've been frustrated with my fountain pens not working reliably, and I was frustrated with having a pen for the pocket. It unscrews. It's very light, the plastic one, but I wanted to try the plastic one, which is within my price point, before I invest in something like the other. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit, how that works. So, as I was saying, the way that if you have a book that is so nice, you're like, oh my God, I have to wait until I have something worth writing in, is you open up to a random page and you just scribble something. There, book's ruined. No, the book is not ruined, but it's no longer a place that I feel like I can't do something in. So I will just say, side review, this pen is awesome. But meanwhile, I'm going to test oh man, it's like butter. Between the pen and the paper smoothness, it is just amazing. Although I was also going to try a different kind of writing, which was to do underwriting. That's what it's known as. Because apparently it's the way left-handers can let people see what they're writing without having to worry about wrist problems. And who hasn't? It definitely changes my handwriting. But I've always envied right-handers because when they're writing in their books, people can see what they're writing. So let's see. Will it ink through? That's a pretty thick. That's a pretty thick handwriting there. Let's see what happens when I turn the page. A tiny bit, but when I put the paper down, yeah, not enough to worry about. Also, that underwriting, because I was writing so slow, it's much thicker. I suspect that on the other side of this page, yeah, when I'm writing more regularly, there's nothing showing through. So I will be using this for at least the next 2 weeks for my daily notes. It's kind of my commonplace book. And we will come back after that point and do it again. But mainly, I wanted to say thank you to Zen Scribbles for letting me do that review. And I am very grateful and nice to make your acquaintance. Please go and visit them. I believe it is zenscribbles.com. I'll leave the link down below. And meanwhile, I hope to see you all at one of the Papermancy Guild hearths on Discord when we talk about inkin' and thinkin'. And with that, bye.